They told us Cape Town was just a modern city, but the location itself tells a story that goes back thousands of years. We're taught to see Cape Town through the lens of recent history, a port city founded by European settlers. But what if that's only a small part of a much larger, more ancient story? What if the very geography of this place holds a secret, a sacred blueprint intentionally chosen and understood by ancient Africans for millennia? Let's look at the landscape. Table Mountain, Devil's Peak, Lion's Head. They aren't just scenic backdrops. They form a natural amphitheater, a sacred bowl where earth, water, and sky meet. This specific alignment of mountains, rivers, and coastlines isn't random. Ancient civilizations across the globe used celestial and terrestrial landmarks for navigation, ceremony, and city planning. When we look at the ley lines and energy patterns here, they resonate with the same principles found at other great African sites like Great Zimbabwe, the ancient intellectual hub of Timbuktu, or the powerful kingdom of Meroë. These weren't isolated points on a map, they were nodes in a continent-wide network of knowledge. The geography of Cape Town fits perfectly into this ancient matrix of sacred alignment, suggesting it was recognized as a power spot long before any modern city was built. It was a place of deep significance, a natural temple aligned with the cosmos. So, if this place was so important, where's the evidence? Well, it's hidden in plain sight. For centuries, we've been told that ancient global trade routes stopped far short of southern Africa. But new findings are challenging this narrative. Archaeologists are uncovering subtle, but persistent hints of much older settlements around the Cape, predating colonial arrival by centuries. We find pottery fragments and trade beads that link this region to networks stretching up the Swahili coast and beyond. There's even compelling speculation that biblical lands known for their gold and precious resources, like Ophir, might have referred to the mineral-rich territories of southern Africa, making the Cape a potential gateway to this fabled land of wealth. The currents and winds naturally guide ships to this strategic point. It wasn't an endpoint. It was a vital stop, a resupply station, a nexus of ancient maritime knowledge. The story is there, whispered in the artifacts and written in the ocean currents. With all this history, why don't we see Cape Town in the same light as other ancient centers? The answer lies in the power of narrative. When colonial powers arrived, they didn't just conquer the land. They conquered its story. To justify their presence, they had to erase what came before. They presented the Cape as an empty, untamed wilderness waiting to be civilized. The rich, complex history of the indigenous peoples and the land's sacred significance were systematically written out of the textbooks. The oral traditions, the spiritual maps, the deep connection to the landscape, all of this was dismissed as myth and folklore. The city's sacredness, once understood and revered, was made invisible. The towering presence of Table Mountain was reduced to a tourist attraction, its spiritual meaning buried under layers of a new, imposed history. This wasn't a simple oversight, it was a deliberate rewriting of memory. But that memory never truly vanished. It lives on in the cultures of the first peoples of this land, the Khoisan. For them, the geography of the Cape is not just physical, it is profoundly spiritual. Their oral histories are filled with stories that map the sacred landscape. They speak of rivers that are conduits for ancestral spirits and mountains that are places of power and vision quests. Rituals and ceremonies were tied to specific locations, astronomical events, and seasonal cycles. The shape of the land informed their cosmology, their social structure, and their understanding of the universe. Table Mountain, known as Horikwago, or Mountain in the Sea, was not just a rock. It was a deity, a protector, a living entity. This deep spiritual connection is the key to understanding the Cape's true, ancient identity. It's a knowledge system that colonial narratives tried to erase, but it has endured. So why was this knowledge so actively suppressed? Because acknowledging it would have revealed the true strategic importance of Cape Town. This wasn't just a convenient stop for ships, it was a control point. Whoever held the Cape held the key to the sea lanes connecting the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. It was a gateway to the immense resources of the African interior. Ancient navigators and traders understood this. Knowledge of the Cape's strategic and sacred value was power. For colonial empires, controlling this narrative was as important as controlling the port itself. By framing the land as empty and its people as primitive, they could claim it without acknowledging the sophisticated civilization and knowledge systems they were displacing. The suppression of this history was a strategic act, designed to legitimize conquest and erase the legacy of Africa's own powerful connection to this land. Let's zoom out and see the bigger picture. Cape Town isn't an isolated anomaly. It's a crucial piece of a much larger puzzle, the puzzle of Africa's advanced, interconnected ancient world. For too long, we've viewed African history through a fragmented lens, seeing isolated tribes and kingdoms. But the evidence points to a continent-wide network of trade, knowledge, and spiritual practice, from the astronomical observatories in the Nabta Playa Desert to the metallurgical wonders of West Africa and the great universities of Timbuktu. A sophisticated web of knowledge existed. Cape Town, with its unique strategic location and sacred geography, was a vital southern anchor in this network. It was a place where knowledge of astronomy, navigation, resource management, and spirituality converged. It was a testament to an ancient African system that understood the planet on a profound level. Cape Town isn't just a city. It's evidence of Africa's deep, sacred, and strategic knowledge written in the land itself. The mountains, the rivers, the coastlines are not silent. They are a library, holding a story that is waiting to be read. It's time we learn to listen. Thank you for watching. If this story changed how you see the world, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us as we uncover more hidden histories.